Yeah. Nah, no, I'm pretty sure Glenn's gonna make it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Glenn is a survivor. He's he's a winner. Yeah, with a W. That's right. Capital W. Yeah, Glenn's gonna make it. Count on it. I'll put money on it. Yeah, that's for sure. Oh wait, it's time to start class. I gotta go. Okay. So today's lesson, you guys are gonna learn a lot faster way to prove two triangles are congruent. So yesterday, you guys learned that you had to show that three different sides and three different angles all had to be congruent in order to prove two triangles were in fact the same triangle. Well, today, you're going to make that a lot faster with two techniques. And to begin the lesson, you need to know about what's called the reflexive property. So you want to get your handout out. Looks like this guy right there. Unit 6, Day 2. We're going to talk about the reflexive property. So here we've got two triangles. Notice in the middle, right here, they in fact share a side. Well, what the reflexive property says that if two triangles share the same side, if you were to separate these two triangles, let's see if I can do that. The reflexive property states that these two sides, the yellow side, is still congruent even though these two triangles are separated. So what you're going to be doing on your paper is anytime you see two sides that are connected, they're in fact congruent to each other, so you can actually put identical tick marks right there on the 11 or on the yellow side. So, what does that mean? Well, for your notes, you're going to write that the reflexive property states that edges are congruent when they're separated. Now, let's take a look at some examples. If you look at the first example over here, I want you to tell me whether or not it demonstrates the reflective property. Meaning, do these two triangles right here share an entire side? If you think they do, write the word yes. If you think they don't, write the word no. If you wrote the word no, you're correct. They don't share a side. The only thing they share is the vertex right there. Now take a look at these two in the middle. If you think they share a side and demonstrate the reflective property, why don't you go ahead and write the word yes here? If you don't think they share a side, write no. Congratulations if you wrote the word yes, because in fact they do share the same side, which means this side of the triangle in the middle is congruent for both triangles, same length. Now, looking over here at this last triangle, if you think they share a side, I want you to put a tick mark, or two tick marks, on that shared side. I also want you to write the word yes if you think that there's a reflective property is demonstrated. If you don't think it's demonstrated, write the word no. Boom! If you wrote the word yes, you're right. It demonstrates the reflective property, and it shows that both of these triangles share a side, and therefore it's congruent on both triangles. Let's take a look at the next set. Ha! We got three different sets of triangles. Starting with this side over here, I want you to put any tick marks on any sides that you think are shared with both triangles. That's right. Those first two triangles, in fact, do share that side right there, so you can put an identical tick mark. Notice how I only put one tick mark here, but I put two down here. That's because they're not the same length. Now, the one with one tick mark is the same for that side on both triangles, but it is not equal to the sides with two tick marks. Go ahead and see if you can put tick marks identifying the reflective sides on this triangle and these triangles. I'll give you a moment. There you go. So, if you have two triangles that share a side, I want you to always put tick marks there to indicate that that side is congruent on both triangles. Let's take a look at the bottom part. And go. So, if you're looking at triangles like this, it's a little bit different. They don't share a side anymore, but they do share something else. What kind of angles are these angles right here and here? What kind of angles are those? They're in the shape of a V. They're formed when two lines cross each other. I want you to write what kind of angles they are right on this line. That's right. They're vertical angles, so we need to mark them vertical by putting identical angle markers. Go ahead and do the last two. You should have something that looks like this, meaning each angle that is identical should have the same number of congruency markings. I decided to put 2 on this angle right here, so I needed to also put 2 on the second one. Each time you see vertical angles on any triangle pair, make sure that you put in those vertical markings. Good job.